Okay, Shalom. Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. There's a brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and I wanted to touch on this real quick. A little article, all right, that I saw here, all right, on Reuters. Okay, and I had to do something about it because it's getting very, very interesting. Okay, and by just reading it and dissecting it a little bit through the spirit, all right, my spirit started leading me to certain precepts. Okay, which is all in the spirit of prophecy. So I said, all right, let me just dig a little deeper, and come to find out certain things lined up perfectly. All right, so hey, everything we've been saying, all right, is literally leading to the 13th chapter. Okay, but this time they're going to do it with force, and we're going to read it. This is how they starting it. All right, and shalom to all you Akim out there, everybody on the common board. All right, but let's get right into it. It says New York may tap National Guard to replace unvenested health care workers. Okay, it's starting in New York. All right, and I remember I've been saying this for a while. This lady right here, this Kathy Hochul lady right here, man, she's gonna be a problem. Okay, for New York, she's gonna be a real demon. All right, but anyway, let's read. It says September 26th, which was today. New York Governor Kathy Hochul is considering employing the National Guard and out-of-state medical workers to fill hospital staffing shortages, with tens of thousands of workers possibly losing their jobs for not meeting the Monday deadline for mandated CVS Vanessa. Okay, and that's true, man. Out here in New York, all right, even some brothers, can attest to it. All right, that who have family members that are, this is also affecting them because they're not compliant. Okay, because they're asking questions. They're saying no, I'm gonna hold back. Okay, and what they're doing is they're demonizing them. Okay, making them feel bad, and putting more and more people in a tighter spot. All right, with these mandates and deadlines. Once again, the deadline. So Monday, which is tomorrow, in a few minutes, I think in an hour, yeah. You know, if you're not Vanessa, yo, you out of there. you know, and it's affecting a lot of healthcare workers. I wonder why. It says the plan outlined in a statement from Hochul on Saturday would allow her to declare a state of emergency. You see, a state of emergency to increase the supply of healthcare workers to include licensed professionals and other states and countries, as well as retired nurses. You hear what the kind of tone they setting there? They're getting you prepared, all right, to start seeing different men from different countries coming into your neighborhoods in military gear and all that, dressed as National Guard, if anything, because they're preparing the people and the masses for the UN troops, man. Eventually, all right. It says, man, hold on a second. Even retired nurses, man. Hochul said the state was also looking at using National Guard officers. You hear that? With medical training to keep hospitals and other medical facilities adequately staffed. So once again, this right here, when I heard that, I said, oh, They're preparing something for martial law. Definitely, we're going into martial law, and we're going to re-sign about that. All right. Some 16% of the state's 450,000 hospital staff, or roughly 72,000 workers, have not been fully vaccinated, the governor's office said. All right. So that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people out here in New York who are out of jobs right there. Okay. And it's going to cause some type of, civil lawsuits, because scriptures say that what? They shall not regard their kings nor princes. So there's something's about to happen, that this kind of thing affecting these many people for such a ridiculous reason. I mean, it's affecting basketball players. That's going to cause some type of controversy. And if that person is supported and liked, guess what? The people are going to back him. And if he tends to bring out the truth or say something that we say, where do you think everyone is going to go back to? The Hebrew Israelites said this. Oh, they said that. And hey, so that means that what's next? Let's go pay attention to them. And Esau's not trying to hear that. So that means that they're about to do something, man. They're losing their grip. All right. They're losing their grip, man. For this many people to say, nah, F this, I'm gonna just quit like that. Like, that means that they know something. That's a lot of people who are not complying. Okay. So that means they got to start bringing in that troop. All right. The flood. It says the plan comes amid a broader battle between state and federal government leaders pushing for Vanessa mandates to help counter the highly infectious Delta variant. Of the novel, the novel Rona, all right, and workers who are against inoculation requirements, some objecting on religious grounds. You see, so you see how they're tying everything in. All right, now these people always playing games with the words. You hear how they said requirements? Let's see what that word means. All right, requirement. Let's see what it means to require something, right? Because I don't think that's what's happening in this country right now. All right, on the online etymology dictionary here, it says require is a verb. All right, it says to ask. To ask, basically, you're asking someone a question, to inquire. Okay, to seek, procure, beg, ask, petition, demand. Okay, to seek to know something, ask for something needed. Yo, you see? So, but then if that's the case, what is going on here? If you asking some from someone, they could say no. But this devil is saying, yo, if you say no, there are consequences for it. You might have to start losing jobs. That's wicked, man. But this is all prophecy though. But you see, it's prophecy that the wicked is going to be doing these wicked things at the end of time. So he's going to be stopped by the righteous Yahushua. And we are the heralds telling you, hey, this is all biblical prophecy. All right. No other book has ever said this. We are telling you, we're explaining it to you, we're showing it to you what is happening here in the world. Everything that's happening, it's in the Bible. Oh, okay. We're explaining it to you. We're showing you what's going to happen in the future. And it's happening in real time as we're talking about it. You notice how these things just keep happening quick, 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 quick? Man, this place is finished. All right. It says Hochul attended the Sunday service at a large church in New York. All right, in New York City, to ask Christians to help promote the Vanessa. She went to the Christians now. So then that's how. So now we're starting to get some information about how these some certain folks soon are going to be start pushing that a lot more heavy, who call themselves Israel. All right. It says, quote, I need you to be my apostles. Oh, you see? You see? The devil, hey, the devil just doesn't stop, man. This is they're letting you know who they're talking about, man. They recognize the Lord's apostles, so they say, who are they referring to? I need you to be my apostles. What other word you could have ever used? Yo, Esau, you losing it. These devils are losing it. It says, I need you to go out and talk about it and say, we owe this to each other. Hocho told what? Congregants at the Christian Cultural Center in Brooklyn, according to an official transcript. And Brooklyn is predominantly who? Jake. She's using the word apostles, talking about what? Using the Christians. In other words, the Israelites. She said, Jesus taught us to love one another. And how do we show that love but to care about each other enough to say, enough to say, please get the. You see, that's Esau mocking though. Please get the Vanessa because I love you and I want you to live. That's mockery. Okay? You're mocking the words of the Most High when you say things like this, because this is not true. But you're saying that's what you're saying Jesus taught. Well, when did he teach this? What you just said here. Healthcare workers, but this again, this is goes to show you it's a spiritual war. Why are they starting to use these kind of terms? What kind of terminology is this? A politician using biblical terms? Like in this kind of manner? Healthcare workers who are fired for refusing to get Vanessa will not be eligible for unemployment insurances see? Hmm. Unless they are able to provide a valid doctor approved request for medical accommodation, Hochul's office said. They're setting the precedent right there. Right there that your rights are done. You ain't got no rights no more. All right? Those little things that you had, you thought you had, oh, 401k, this, not, they're taking that away. If you're not complying, you're out the system, you're out the game. That's why we keep saying, look, it's gonna be between you and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. Your faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. All right? Got a quick precept here. All right, this is a brother Yasharala 144 SC Ba. All right, and it says Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. All right, and that's exactly what they're doing. Okay, I mean to tell people that if they don't comply, they're gonna have to lose their jobs and their ability to make money to feed their families. I mean, they're not just doing it with this Vanessa thing, they're doing it in different things as well. If they say, yo, this is a new way of doing it, and you try to buck up, they shut you down. Social media, oh, you get canceled. I seen this little clip this morning. All right. Oh, actually, I believe the elder um the elder Itazawan staying in this bill 144. He actually put it in he posted it. And no, he posted a video and then it connected to that. So I watched it and there was this lady, I think it was actually out here in New York. So like it. She was out here selling fruits. You know how they be, outside with the tables and they got all the fruits and stuff. You'd be like, damn, they got some fresh fruits. It's normally like northern tribe that be doing that, right? They always out here in New York. So she had she had her thing out there and she was selling the fruit and all that. Yo, Can you believe that they sent the sanitary people to come over there and start putting the fruits into the trash? Like they threw the fruits into the trash car, man. And they basically shut her whole business down. The reason being is that, oh, she didn't contact the health administrator or some shit, the health ministry, whatever, to make sure that what she's selling is safe. I'm like, what? So now you can't even make a business. They just coming up with all these crazy laws. Since when could you just do that? You can't just do some shit like that. But then they justify and say, well, she didn't have the permit. You know, once you get the permit, hey, you can sell it outside. You see, so it's justified. No, you just messed up on that. You should have gotten that permit. So hey, you might want to go get that permit so you don't get your fruits thrown out next time, because we will do it again. And of course, getting the permit, you're gonna have to pay Esau, so he gets a cut. That's why he's pushing for that. That is all unrighteous decrees, man. It says, it was immediately clear how pending legal cases, concerning religious exemptions would concerning religious exemptions would apply to the state's plan to move ahead and terminate unvetted healthcare workers. You hear that? Listen to the words. Terminate. Let's see what the word means. Terminate. All right. Terminate. It says bring to an end. Wow. Yeah. This you see, everything is this is it. You see, you getting the same vibe. Everything is we're at the end of this thing. We're at the end. It's very close. You could feel it, eh? This is it. All right. It says from Latin terminatus, past or terminatus. Uh past participle of terminare, to mark the end or boundary. Oh, something even interesting right there, right? To mark, right? To mark the end or boundary. So if you don't take the mark, you will be what? Bounded. What? You have a boundary. You wouldn't be allowed to entertain yourself in this new world that we're coming into. I mean, look, they're starting with no jobs. If you ain't got no jobs, what you gonna do with your family? Let's think realistically. All right? Because it's happening quick. You know why? Because there's inflation happening. There's a lot of, prices going up. And it's all leading to famine at the same time. So even if you have money, you can't spend it because there ain't no food there. That's happening right now. That's real time. All right. So you spending whatever you have on whatever is left of the food. All right. Inflation is also going up and up. You ain't got no job, ain't no money coming in. How do you start feeding your family in the next few months? This is these things I'm just saying is happening days though. This is like days that's actually like in real time. You wake up and sometimes I get caught off guard. And we're always paying attention. Sometimes I walk into a store and I'm like, damn, this thing is like moving quick. Like, yo. And you come back and it's like, yo, like 2, 3 days and it's still empty. You know? Hmm. And when you ask them, they're like, yo, listen, shipment ain't coming in. You see? They getting frustrated. Customers getting frustrated. I mean, today, oh man, today was the first time I saw a a, a, a moldy bread in a store. I went to one of these price chopper stores, and I'm doing this delivery thing. So I walk in there, I'm looking for bread, and I see mold on the bread. I'm like, wow, how long was this thing here? Because you rarely see that out here in New York. You rarely see something like that because the bread could be on the shelf for months. I'm talking months. You can be like, damn, like this thing has been here for a minute, and nothing goes wrong. You don't see no mold, and you still see people eating it. It's like, damn, how'd you eat this thing? You know. So whatever chemicals is in there, This thing has been on the shelf for so long that the chemicals then ran out that the mold is starting to show. Wow. And that's what's left. They had to go clear out the back deck. Like, yo, go all the way to the back, find everything you have and put it on the shelves. We ain't got nothing left. So this thing is finished, man. This man, look, it's over. It is over, man. All right. So let's go back to this lady over here. Let's see. So right here it says a requirement for, oh, why is this thing doing this? There you go. A requirement for New York City schools. Actually, it was not immediately clear how. Yeah, we read that already. Shalakia. A federal judge in Albany temporarily ordered New York State officials to allow religious exemptions for the state-imposed Vanessa mandate on healthcare workers, which was put in place by former Governor Andrew Cuomo and takes effect on Monday. So they bringing in the what? The court. All right. So now you're hearing people saying they're going to do what? They're going to be suing. And now the court is getting involved in the federal matters, right? It's leading to something. It says a requirement for New York City school teachers and staff to get Vanessa was temporarily blocked by a U.S. appeals court just days before it was to take effect. The hearing is set for Wednesday. All right. And it goes down, whatever. Let's see. All right, so I wanted to bring this out real quick. All right, to tie signing in, okay, because I was reading this right here. There's a quote from Oliver Cromwell. All right, September 12, 1654. Yeah, way back. And this is what he said. Let's check it out, and we're gonna break this down real quick, and then we're gonna read about the martial law. It says, "Necessity hath no law. Feigned necessities, imaginary necessities, are the greatest cozenage that men can put upon the providence of God and make pretenses to break known rules by." Okay? Just and make pretenses to break known rules by. All right? And that's a whole lot of English right there, but we're gonna break it down real quick. Then he said necessity hath no law, right? So let's see what the word necessity means. Necessity, right? It says constraining power or circumstances, compulsion, physical or moral. Okay, the opposite of liberty. Okay, so if something is not at liberty, then what is it? It's basically in captivity. It's in slavery. All right, it's in servitude. Okay, it says a condition requisite for the attainment of any purpose. All right, need, necessity. All right, privation, poverty, distress, torment, obligation, duty. Okay, you hear this? All right, so necessity hath no law. So he's saying that what? When something is a must, like we got to do this, like the torment, the obligation, the poverty, all these things, right? It has no law. Okay, fiend necessities. All right, let's look up the word fiend because I had to do this to understand what he was saying. Right? It says to deceive, pretend. Isn't that what they've done? I mean, since this whole thing started, now we know what's going on. We understand a little bit about this whole Vanessa. All right, what it contains. I mean, a lot of people are waking up to it now. All right, but these devils been lying the whole time. Okay, but the scriptures say what? That we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, man. All right. Uh, uh, uh um, Amos 3:7. Okay. The Most High, what he revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So we were not deceived, man. So we were able to see through the lies, the deception. Okay. What necessities? It says what? So lied necessities, imaginary necessities. Let's see what imaginary means. Imaginary says not real, existing only existing only in fantasy or in fancy. Okay, so that's why this whole thing from the start they said, oh, this is a this invisible enemy. You know, there's an invisible enemy. You know, you can't see it. You know, with your naked eye. Only your mind. In your mind, you can see it there. You know, it's not real. You can only think about it. It's like, you know, they messing with you. How do they do that? With the media, the constant drama and the cases, and you know, oh, this hospitalizations, and the hospitals are overflowing, and you know, lying and putting up all this madness, confusion. You know, that was all in the head though, because when we understood what was really happening, yo, brothers were chilling. They were like, oh, you know how you gotta stay 6 feet apart. Oh, you gotta, you know, we understand what this thing is all about. The people of the world, they hear it and they bug out. Like, oh my God, like you got, oh, you know, they call it COVID. Oh, you got, you know. But we know, you know, that the Most High takes care of us, so we're not worried about these things like the world is. Just like how the coming calamities, we're not worried about these things as just like the world is. The world is going to be worried about it, but we're not. All right. It says, are the greatest cousinage. Okay, cousinage. It comes from the word cousin. It means to cheat, defraud. Look what's going on in Australia, man. And look what's going on in America right now. They defrauded you. They lied to you. All right, created a whole thing in your head, and you give up all your rights. Now you can't travel without something that's given by them. Okay, you can't fly out the country like that. You know, now they're coming for your jobs. What else is coming next? Guess what? Your food. Now that's when it's gonna start hitting. And then your housing. So they come in, eat like scripture says, this devil is coming down upon the world, what? Having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So these devils are about to roll heavy, man. And I'm talking heavy, all right? And it's gonna happen suddenly, just like the scripture says. Okay? It says cheat on pretext of being a cousin, all right? Fraud, trickery, man. And hey, even Biden said it. He said, "Oh, during this pandemic, you know, the top 1% got, you know, became trillionaires, and you know the bottom 99%, you peasants, you know, you peasants, you know, you slaves, yeah, that we're about to try to, put a, you know, karagma underneath your skin soon, yeah, you people, you peasants, yeah, you just went down to like, man, there's no more middle class." So you just become peasants. Thank you. Thank you for believing us. That's what he was saying in that speech, right? Dealer, merchant, trader. Okay? Dealer, merchant, trader. Pushing you into what? Into market. Buying and selling. You see? So they've coerced, they lied to you, they did coerce you. Okay? And some people didn't even need coercion. All right? Cousinage that men can put upon the providence of the Most High. Now, let's look up the word providence. You see, now it's all coming together. Foresight, prudent anticipation. See? And who are the ones on earth who are always pushing for something in the future, a foresight, all right, a prudent anticipation for something? I mean, listen to the tone I'm speaking in about the things that are about to happen. It's in the spirit of anticipation of, yeah, we close, you know, and that's the spirit that we're all in, because we understand that these things have to come for us to get our kingdom. For Yahushua to finally put this devil down, this devil has to roll. You see? So when we see the signs of this devil rising up and saying, yes, it's time for me to start, blowing fire out my nostrils and, you know, coming after people, being the dragon that I am and start being draconian, we get excited. We get extremely excited because we understand that spiritual power is in the works. And that means that we have a very short time. All right. All right. So it says what? Foresight, precaution, foreknowledge. Okay. Prophecy. Okay. Prophecy, man. Us telling you all these things before they happen. That's knowledge before. Foreknowledge, man. Ahead, prepare, supply, act with foresight. Okay. So let's read that again. It says, necessity hath no law. So something that you must do doesn't have a law, meaning nothing can limit it, nothing can stop it. Okay, if something is lawless, it means there's no bounds. Okay, so if it's law, that means necessity will have bounds. But he's saying necessity, something that has to be done. You know how these devils are. We have to rule. We need our birthright back. We are Jews. Yeah. Bullshit. We must continue to eat. They're so relentless. It's so necessary for them. Everyone needs to get this Vanessa. It's like that's all you hear. This nigga Joe Biden talking about, oh, there's a huge hurricane coming, and the best way to protect yourself is to make sure you've been Vanessa. What? uh, quick precept here. All right. This is a brother Ahab Amath Yasharala, hopeful elect. Khan, Isaiah 10 and 2, to turn, Salakia, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor and of my people. Exactly. And that's exactly what they're doing, because these things that they're doing now, a lot of these mandates that they're putting down, especially on these workers, is mostly Jake. Because a lot of these nurses that they be putting on the TV during the whole so-called pandemic was always Jake. It was mostly Jake women. Some of them was like, "Yo, this thing is real." You have mad videos being sent on WhatsApp and all that, of these people, because at that time when it first broke out, we didn't really know what was really going on. Some of us were like, "Yo, nah, this is nothing," and some was like, "Yo, let's look into it more and see what's going on." There might be something more to this, but we don't know. But we were all on edge. So when we hear a little something like, "Yo, this doctor here talking about this, and that," you pay attention to that a little bit. You listen, like, "Oh, let me hear what she got to say about this. Maybe some information can come out of it." You know. And it was mostly Jake women that was talking, man. So we saw that. And those same women are the ones who are in the field right now and are about to be affected by this. All right. So they're taking away the right from the poor of my people, the women. Okay. That widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. All right. So you got women. A lot of these healthcare workers are mostly Jake women. Some are in their 50s, some are in their 40s, their 30s, their 20s. You got a nurse, you want to go for a dental appointment. All you see is these young, nurses just walking around there. You know, they don't know how to act. you, it's so funny, bro. And all of them giggly, laughy, all like what's going on with you people? You know, the mom is like a daughter, like they all having fun. They all go on lunch break together. They all have their own groups. It's mostly women, and then you have this small little sodomite dude just join them. That kind of thing. That's how it always is. And then the majority of the doctors is all the Edomites. They have the doctor positions. You see, So they're not really getting affected by this shit anyway. And for them, it's like, all right, shit, it don't affect me. I'll still do it. Right? I know why it's effective. And some of these doctors, even them, they coming out and saying, nah, this thing is crazy. Nobody should even think about taking this thing, man. This thing is crazy. All right, and they're being silenced, and they're losing their credentials. That's all wickedness, man. You know, it says, verse Revelation. This is a brother once again, Ahab Amath Yasharala, hopeful elect. Revelation 13, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell. There you go. Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, I need to make a code for that for that verse, man, because it has it carries a lot of information that Esau don't want us to be bringing out. All right, specifically that word, that charagma, because they know that by us talking about it, people are gonna be made aware because they're doing it right now. And that's the thing, they don't want that. All right, but yeah, this is it. All right. There's a book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. There you go. But at the end, it shall speak, and it's all speaking. The vision is speaking right now, you know? And it's crazy because, brothers got together yesterday and we was all talking, and it's like, we all get to that point of realization, like, this is it. Like, this is very, like, this could very well be it, you know? And we believe that because it's like, all roads point to that. Like there ain't no coming back from this, bro. This is it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't going back to like, oh, like everything just comes down. It's like, nah, we just okay, fine, no more mandates. We can go back. Nah. Nah. They're gonna have to go crazy because they don't have time for that. What are you talking about? There's too much. The time is short, you know? The time is short. All right. One more precept. All right. Ahaba Math Yasharala, hopeful elect. Isaiah 42, verse 14. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry with a like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. That's right. And that's Yahushai. Okay. Yahushua, when he comes down, that's why this place is going to be what? In 1 hour, man. At once. Okay. He was going to, it says, and devour at once. America is going to be devoured, okay? Consumed by fire, okay? At the command of Yahushua. And within 1 hour, this place is going to be done, finished. Just imagine that. Whew. That's some heat, all right? That is some heat, man. And that's what Yahushua is coming with. So, look, Esau, look, you got to move, all right? This earth is about to get cleansed out real quick. You got to move. All right. Hey, Shalom, Akim. All right. Hey, Shalom. Prince Yanazar 144. Another possible government shutdown this Thursday. See? See? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you never know, man. We always keep an eye out. We always watching. Okay. That's our job. That's what we're commanded to do. All right. It says that men, all right, put upon the providence. I think we looked up that word providence, right? So the foresight of the Most High. Okay, and make pretenses to break known rules by, and that's what they've done. Okay, they've stopped off all kinds of different ways of living. I mean, you can't do this if you don't have this. You're like, what is going on in this world? What is going on in this country? And that's how you know. All right, this is the real nature of people. Until it really gets to them, I'm talking when we get to the food stage. Until it really gets to them, they don't really react. So all that crazy riots that was happening last year, why are you not doing that now? You were doing it over one guy who got his neck, the whole George Floyd situation. All right. Esau did that on purpose to get you roused up. And he had to create that scenario. All right. And then put those crisis actors out there who started to light things on fire and all that crazy stuff, BLM and all this. Come to find out, these things are all created by them anyway, right? So they brought them to light things up, hoping that people will catch on to it. Some people did, but it seemed like damn near the whole country was in turmoil, man. You know, glasses being shattered, stores being lit on fire. I mean, yeah, I mean, out here in New York, it was crazy. You know, my brother go to the store, he'd be like, "Yo, the store that you remember that store that was down there? It was on fire. It was gone, bro." I'm like, "Damn, what's wrong with these people, man?" And then Jake started to find out that, yo, actually, it's these imposters, man. These dudes are coming from out of state, and they come over here and drop these bricks over here and all that. And then we wake up this morning and think, oh shit, and then we start bugging out and going crazy. Nah, not over here. Look, they messed up the mom and pop shop over here. Now they're trying to recover from that in a time of a pandemic, and then you hit them again and said, nah, no more indoor dining and all this extra stuff, bro. They were setting people up. All right, they were setting people up, man, and it was a necessity. They had to move quick, and the people complied, so they kept moving. All right, but this right here is where it's at because this is where we're going. All this is leading to this. What is martial law? Martial law is when a nation's military assumes the responsibilities of the local, state, or federal government in a city, state, region, or country. And guess what? This right here, this right here has FEMA written all over it. All right. This has FEMA written all over it. Okay. It says the National Criminal Justice Reference Service defines martial law as follows. Martial law invokes the temporary substitution of military authority for civilian rule and is usually invoked in time of war, rebellion, or natural disaster. This right here, actually, these right here, there you go. Because now you're starting to see a lot of heat is happening. Today, I was hearing that Russia, all right, is starting to do these military drills with I believe I think it was if not mistaken Crimea, all right, but they were having joint military drills, and I was watching the video and I'm like, damn, like this is like real life stuff. They're actually dropping bombs and shooting and all that. I'm like, whoa, this is real. What are they training for then? You know, are they prepared for something? Is there something going on behind the scenes that they've heard that, hey, keep the plan moving, let's go. That's why they're preparing like that, because that's leading into World War III. All right, that means that something about to happen. That's going to start them, Babylon, start messing with Iran, the Persians. All right, so they send everything up, man. The whole Afghanistan thing. Let's get out of that's some Middle Eastern type energy right there. That Babylon once again is involved in. You see, and that's all leading into what intercontinental war. All right, rebellion right here in America. You already know that's what's next. That's really about to be the biggest thing here in this country. Okay, and of course you have the natural disasters, man. You getting ready for the hurricanes, and you already know FEMA gonna be waiting. You already had a couple of hurricanes, and they were already in there. Who knows what they got planned, man? Yeah, all it takes is just one blackout, and everything is just gonna change. From that's it. It humanity changes. History has changed, and my man Klaus Schwab been talking about it a lot. That it would affect the infrastructure and it will change things like we never known before. This martial law is closely related to the legal concept of habeas corpus, which essentially grants all citizens the right to a hearing and trial before the judicial system. Martial law may suspend the writ of habeas corpus if civil courts cannot function, which blah 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 blah, which is possible under the U.S. Constitution article. All right, let's see. When was martial law I want to get to the point. The point. These are okay. I'm gonna put this in the description, so brothers can read it in its entirety. But let me just there you go. Who can declare martial law? All right. Governors and local leaders can impose martial law in their states or in local communities. So when she's saying things like this, that she's bringing in the National Guard, okay, out here in New York to be servicing in hospitals. Well, it's not just hospitals that is lacking workers now. There are so many different sectors. The schools, the school bus drivers, they're all lacking it. You know, a lot of federal agencies and places that really run things, that's all part with FEMA. Guess what? Those people are saying they're not getting the Vanessa, so they left. So there's a lot of vacancies, you know? So it's just so coincidental that it's so coincidental that the jobs that are affiliated with FEMA, all right, are the ones that are vacant right now. And who's going to be taking them? The military, the National Guard, quote unquote. So you have military and FEMA working together now. Do you know what that means? Man, and this was carefully planned. These people, these devils, man, wow. Hey, the scriptures say what they say. The children of this world in their generation are wiser than the children of light. Okay? They're wiser than the children of light, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But let's read. It says, man, this devil, clever. It says it's not exactly clear who has the power to declare a national martial law in the United States, since martial law isn't specifically addressed in the U.S. Constitution, and the Supreme Court has never expressly ruled on whether the federal government is authorized to do so. You see, they leave loopholes like this. So a guy like Biden, or whoever, maybe it could be a state governor, whatever, you know, they leave loopholes for them to be able to do these things. They do it on purpose. All right, they do it on purpose for moments like this. Look, man, the game is rigged. All right. If you want to look at it like that, yes, the game is rigged. That's why we don't talk about, find a way to work with the game. No, no, no. Look, we say, look, we need change. This ain't something that you should just be, oh, let me just go along with it. We need change, man. It's rigged and it has to stop. All right. It has to stop. And it's going to be stopped. Okay? It's gonna be stopped. As a matter of fact, let's get a quick preset. All right. Um, let's see. All right, because they think that all these things that they're doing, the efforts and the years that they've been putting in, and the propaganda, and basically putting the world on its knees, like they think they're God, like they're the Most High. So I don't know. They really think that Esau is really thinking that, to the point where he says, "Look, we about to, you know, chip our cattle," you know, and they think that they're so close to it. They really think they're so close. They keep giving us these dates. Like who are you? Who asked you we wanted this anyway? Like, you out there telling us, and within the next year, we as people would be turning into this, and we'll be going here in this direction in the world. And I'm like, who the hell told you could say this for me? I asked for this. I'm not trying to be involved in all this. What is this? And they speak like we all agree to this. Like, what's wrong with these people, man? That's why the scripture says, "The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee." The Lord allowed you to get along just to keep the things going. You building up your tab. So it ran to your head, you know? It ran to your head. So you out here in the fullness of your sufficiency, all right? And you about to be in straits, okay? Because you thinking this thing is moving smoothly, it's moving quickly. I mean, damn. But at the same time, what? There's straits. The time is there's resistance. The time is not on your side, all right? And the people are waking up. You're losing your grip. You see, you're in straits already. It says every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, and is guess what? These are nations, okay? The heathen, everyone, really. I mean, yo, everyone on this planet Earth right now at this point is like, look, these people gotta go. Most times you watch a video, everyone is ready like, yo, nah, these federal bankers is the bankers, the banker families, the family elites, you know. Everyone knows that the wicked Esau, they gotta go. Everyone want a piece of this motherfucker, you know. It says when he's about to fill his belly, all right, when he's about to fill his belly, so he's gonna keep on pushing, all right, using the threats and the military and all these different things, restrictions and all this stuff, thinking that that's gonna press people into complying. When he's about to fill his belly, then he's gonna move on and say, okay, cool, let's move on with the next thing, the MOTB, put that out there, and this time enforce it, right? And once the enforcement happens, it's gonna affect a lot more of Jake, predominantly, man. That's the point. And it said, what? The Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, because you're gonna be you're gonna be trampling literally upon the rights of Jake, and you can't do that. I mean, we're talking physically. The Lord is gonna let you get your fair share. The 2/3 gotta go. But once you start pushing into the elect, and it's gonna happen quickly because the 2/3 already getting got. Most of the 2/3 already got the thing already. So they got a few more months. By the time all hell breaks loose, they're gonna be in there. It's pretty much over. They're on the clock. You know, they're gonna eat missiles. They're on the clock, so they're waiting for that time. It's quick. But for the elect, Lord, when we are part of that number, we're pushing for something more than that. We're pushing for salvation. You see, and we're standing for righteousness boldly. You see, and we're representing Yahweh Bashim Yahushai the right way. So Esau doesn't want to hear that. He doesn't want to see that. And he's going to try to come upon us. And guess what? The Lord is going to lift up his standard. All right. And it's going to be in a very wrath and harsh manner. Okay. It says, and it shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Oh, man. All right. So while he's building his system and all that, boom, Lord's just going to destroy everything. Just like in the time of the Tower of Babel. Okay. The Tower of Babel, they were building. All right. And then the Most High just knocked that shit all the way down. Okay. So that's the same thing Esau is doing here. Building. Every day talking about different and innovative ways to live life. And now they got 3D meat. And very soon everybody's going to be going plant-based and all this. Like, yo, you got all these plans for humanity. Like, you're not even going to be here too long. What are you doing, bro? Like, you're doing too much. You're wasting your time. Just go enjoy it. Do something else, bro. That's what's wrong with these though. They don't. Oh man, Esau. You just got to be in slavery. That's really that's a great way to make things go for you. You know, that's just the right thing to do. All right. It says, "What he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through." All right. And ultimately, that's those missiles, man. Okay, those missiles, man. They're gonna be dropping right here. Okay, they're gonna be dropping right here, man. All right. But so this question here says, what will the CVs lead to medical martial law in the U.S. in the light of the C-19 so-called pandemic and ensuing stay-at-home orders? Many people speculated if medical martial law might be enacted to help quell the public health emergency and stop the spread. In fact, the rumor that the U.S. military might implement martial law has become so widespread that the Department of Defense put out a bulletin displaying that, okay, all right. In reality, the shutdown and stay-at-home orders that we've seen during the pandemic are not the same thing as martial law. Martial law can only be enacted when civil courts and government institutions have failed. Oh, we read that. We read that. That what? That some people here about start suing. All right, and the federal let's see, the federal government is not going to be on their side. All right, so you're going to have a split right between. Okay, so let's go back to this. Yo, this is crazy. It says right there. It says martial law can only be enacted when civil courts and government institutions have failed. Okay, so the governor is about to enact martial law because the civil courts are going to fail the people. All these people who are getting laid off and they can't work no more, they're going to start suing and it's going to fail. The Supreme Court is going to say, oh no, this is constitutional. Well, what do you mean? Oh no, this this thing is about to blow over and get nasty. All right. And the government is what? Is going to have to fail. It's going to fail. It's over. All right. You see what Biden is doing. They're talking about, like the brother said, a government shutdown. All right. It's Thursday. So it's already brewing. Okay. Congress is all here like, oh, this hold the bill, oh, pass the bill, all this madness. Right. It says in the case of pandemic related shutdowns, the civil government has the power and authority to issue restrictions on public gatherings and travel if the aim is to protect the general public. Oh, oh. Isn't that what we saw last year and this year as well? Okay. So they're preparing for something, right? All right. Therefore, it's within the local and state government's domain to place limits on social gatherings, restrict business services, and close schools. Yo, they did that. So here in Georgia, while Governor Kemp has the authority to declare martial law in the state, he has not done so yet and is unlikely that he would. To date, there has been no military involved in Kemp's orders. Now, check this. This is interesting right here. All right. It says who's liable if I am injured during martial law? While life would certainly look different in martial law, if martial law were enacted, undoubtedly people would still be injured in car accidents. You hear that? And other personal injuries, both in and out of the workplace. If you were hurt on the job or due to someone else's negligence, what is that? What does that mean? What's gonna be causing people to be so negligent that you out here getting so injured like this? Hmm? Who's out here getting injured at work? All these safety guidelines that we gotta keep when you at work. You can't be touching people. What could possibly accidents happen, but it's kind of like it's almost like they set it up tight, and it's like, oh, you if you were to get hurt, at your job due to someone else's negligence, like damn, like chill out, bro. During martial law, you will still have the same rights you have now to get financial compensation for your injuries and property damage. Okay. One difference that might arise is if you are injured or harmed by the military during martial law. Uh-oh. Okay. In which case you might be able to file a claim against the military, right? But check it though. It says the only exception is that members of the military cannot sue the military for injuries, but instead must go through an internal process. However, civilians, military retirees, contractors, and dependents are eligible to sue the military. So they're already saying, look, these are the people we about to start harming. Yeah, you could sue us, but this is what we're about to do to you. If you are not a military member and wish to sue the military, then you need to file a claim against the military. Wow. Just like you would file an insurance claim against a private civilian. You see, generally you have only 2 years from the date of the accident or injury in which to file a military injury claim. What would the legal system be like under martial law? Check it. Under martial law, the military would likely enact curfews. Okay, so we already know that's going to be happening, and suspend civil law and civil rights, which would be replaced with a military tribunal court system. All right. So that means that the law has changed. The law has changed at that point. It's no more the regular law that you follow. That means that there's some rights that are not gonna be, effective. Basically, you ain't got no rights. All right. This would mean that civil courts would effectively close. Uh-oh. You can't go plead no cases. Whatever they say goes. It says among other things. Check that. All right. It says, for example, when martial law was enacted in Hawaii following the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, civilian courts were closed and those brought before the tribunal were not entitled to attorney representation. Yo, look at that. So you don't even get an attorney. It says, if penalized in military court, a person was fined, imprisoned, and or forced to donate blood. Yo, so what do you think is about to happen? Esau is looking like, yo, look, bro, these people the resistance is too much. We're losing the grip. We need to get everything back in control as quick as possible. Okay. So now I seen an article today, the brother posted, all right, saying that in NYC, okay, you'll be fined $50 for anyone who's traveling on mass transportation and they ain't got a mask on their face. If you're maskless on public transportation out here in New York City, you get fined $50 if you're caught. All right. So they're already starting with the what? The fines. Okay. You're being penalized by the military court already. All right. This is why we're already in a case of a soft core martial law, man. All right. There's limitations to your so-called rights. Okay, and that's if you're under the American so-called American Constitution, all right, then those rights cannot be infringed, but they're already being infringed. I mean, damn, they tell you that if you don't take this thing in your personal body, then you cannot feed yourself and your family. That is a personal right, a God-given right to say no to something like that. You can't just invade my personal self, my home like that. You can't invade into my home. But then they say, well, if you don't allow us to invade, then we're gonna have to come punish you. We're gonna have to come force our way into your home. It's like, yo, you know, it says what imprisoned. So we expect for those camps to start opening up for those the so-called unvenesced. All right, they're gonna start picking up a lot of us, who are not compliant because it's not about being unvenesced. Just being unvenesced shows that you're not gonna comply to anything else that they're gonna be bringing out. You're making it clear because they know whatever they're about to bring out from here on out is gonna be straight out draconian. It's either you doing it or you out of here. And those who standing up right now talking about, nah, we're not taking this thing, they know, all right, these are the people that they're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a problem because they already standing up right now in this early stage. Damn, when we start, getting crazy and crazy, they're really gonna really rebel because they already caught on to it. You know, we just can't allow them to give the word out so other people could catch on to it. It's gonna make the takeover way too difficult. All right. So now they're gonna start imprisoning some, putting us in FEMA camps and so on and so forth. So they could create some type of separation and quell the information from going out. All right. It says what? Or forced to donate blood. So they were forced to donate blood. In this case, they could force you to do certain things medically, man. You know, they could literally force that Vanessa on you, and they will do that. It's gonna get to the point where they're gonna be going house to house, door to door, rushing on people, jumping on people, and grabbing their arms, like Como said. you know, you gotta go into their homes. You know, you gotta grab them out of their homes and sit them in a car and take them on a drive, on a very long drive. And when you get there, you tell them that you love them and you tell them how important it is for them to go get their Vanessa, and they're saving lives. Now stick your arm out and take this shots in arms. Yo, that's what they're doing. All right, that's exactly what they're doing, man. So guess what? It's gonna be intensified because you seen the a video leak that came out, probably Veritas video that came out. All right, of this so-called CDC worker, I mean FDA worker. All right, and I don't know what if it was a transgender. I don't know what it is, transphobe, whatever. But yo, this guy is out here saying, yo, I'm at this point, I'm tired of these people who saying, nah, they're not gonna take this. And like, yo, at this point, enough with all these games. Yo, listen, let's start blow darting them. I said blow darting. What is going on here? Why are you so concerned about this? Like they speak about us like it's like we gave you a chance. It's a matter of time. We gave you a chance and you didn't take it. So now expect the worst. Like who the hell? What's wrong with these people, man? You know? We told you this was gonna happen. You gonna tell you gonna like try to do all this like we don't know this is happening. We know exactly where this leads to. We're telling you what you're gonna do. You can't threaten us. We telling you what you're gonna do. What are you talking about, bro? These guys, bro. All right. And that's all because how Bashim Al Shai has revealed the secrets unto us, man. You know? It says as for how martial law would impact the workers compensation system. You see this? This is very key because this right here, once again, who's it gonna affect the most? Right here, Jake. Okay, Jake. Jake is the one who's always most of the time, and actually Esau too. A lot of these Edomites be on that assistance and all those different things. I've seen that a lot, but through the spirit, I was like, man, I don't know, man, because the way they move it's very Jake like. If I could picture them, that pale skin they got, if I picture brown all over, I see Jake. You know, the way they carry the baby, the way it's like, damn, they on the assistance program, but it's like you might think that's a whole Edomite, but that's a whole Jake right there. You know, so it's kind of like you gotta look at it spiritually. But it's mostly majority is Jake because that's all part of the curses that the Lord says He's gonna put upon our people. All right. So it says what? It's impossible to know for sure since the last time martial law was enacted on a national scale was during the American Civil War, which predates. Okay, so he says, fortunately, it is extremely unlikely that we will have to experience martial law as a result of the coronavirus, and that's where you're wrong, sir. That's where you're sadly mistaken. I'm sorry to tell you, but um, yeah, this is exactly what they're working on. All right, this is exactly what they're working on, man. So that's pretty much it on that part. All right, but you see, they setting everything up, man. Okay, just like this guy was saying, they have a necessity, and that means that they have no bounds, they have no limits. The law is going to limit them. There is no law for that necessity that they want to get. Feigned necessities, nah. Imaginary ones, yeah, are the greatest cousinage, which is let's go back to what that word was. Cousinage. It goes back to this to defraud. All right, so they took away everyone's rights, liberties, freedoms. I mean, to the point where This is what's happening. People have lost their jobs, man, over a whole hoax. All right, under the pretense that this thing works. It's fake and effective. Yeah, that's what they say. Fake and effective at the same time, bro. And that's why these people went in there and they all we heard fake and effective. They heard safe and effective. They're, oh yeah, no, this we just gonna take it. We heard fake and defective. So we said, nah, we're not going with that. And a lot of people are seeing it because now the evidence is showing that a lot of these people who got the Vanessa, they got Vanessa, all right. It wasn't safe and effective. What was the word I just used? Damn, I forgot. That was a spirit. It was yeah, I forgot. Damn, that was bad. But yeah, so here, that was a bad one. Damn. If any brother remember what I said, if you could put it back on the comment board, all right. But that thing, man, hey, they heard safe and effective. We heard something else. We heard something and defective, you know. But yeah, man, this lady, like I said, through the spirit, man, she's gonna be bringing some type of crazy madness, man. All right, but this is all leading, all right, to this one thing right here. All right, it's one thing right here. Okay, and this is all a culmination. Okay, this time period right here is we're in it. Okay, we're in this time period right now. Okay, and according to um Second Thessalonians, all right, the 5th chapter, I believe, right, it talks about, as a matter of fact, let me pull that up real quick. Pull that up. Okay. So like in First Thessalonians chapter 5, all right, I was thinking of another precept. All right. This precept right here is what we all been waiting for. All right. And it seems like that day, like we could feel it, like, yo, this thing is any day now, this thing could just go down one time, like boom, that's it. You know? And that's the anticipation, that's the feeling that we have it. Okay. It says what? Um, This is the book of First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahweh, or Yahushai, so cometh, or Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, so cometh as a thief in the night. All right, because we know that, yo, it's gonna happen, all right, as a thief in the night, meaning that he's gonna come in here on a day unannounced. All right, because thieves don't announce their day of entry or their day of robbery. They come in unannounced, right? So we know that Yahushua's return is going to be a day that we don't know, or no one really knows, but we know that it's close. All right. So it's going to come as a thief in the night. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety," huh? Isn't that what all they keep saying? Safe and effective, safe and effective. That's peace and safety, man. Okay. When they shall say peace and safety, okay, who's the they? The people of this world. Oh, I got my peace and safety. I mean, my safe and effective. So now I can go out there and have my fun. I can be back in the world again. I can go to this place. I show my proof. Oh, I can go to New York City and eat. You know, they think that they're going back to their old ways, their old life. They think that this is like peace and safety. They're going back to their old ways again. You know, I complied. I did what I had to do. Shit, if you would have done your shit, nigga, look, I could travel. I could go here, bro. I went out with this. I could buy this. I can work here. I can do this. Look how much money I'm making here. You know? So they think that they're actually in a good case. They think that, I know, especially all these little government mandates that they keep doing, talking about, and we're gonna protect the Vanessa against the unvanessa. You know, we're gonna create more rules to help the Vanessa and all this madness. is making these so-called so-called Venezuela, all right, which is majority of the world population, the majority of the American population, according to what they're saying, all right, they think that they're in a special case. They think that the government is catering to them. Oh yeah, they're making new laws for us. Yeah, we should be involved in this. They think that it's all peace and safety. Like, oh, we at peace, we're protected, we're safe, and the government is keeping us protected, you know, and safe, you know. And we are the ones who are about to suffer the most because they're about to come down upon us with great wrath because we're not complying like the other ones who have complied and are so-called have been given the keys to the city, like they said. You've been given the keys to the city. This is what's coming for you. It says, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. You hear that? As travail upon a woman with child. Because you know why? They're going to be caught off guard. They're not going to be watching for nothing. You see it right now. That's why we're saying that we're in those times. People look like they are living. Some people look like they're living their best life. Some people look like they're living their worst lives. All right. You look to your right. This person says, "Yo, I just traveled here. I went here. I did this." You look to your left. You got somebody saying, "Yo, I got this job here." You go over on the social media here. You check this. A whole new thing. Everyone in the world is doing it. A milk cart trade challenge, whatever thing that they're doing. All right. I mean, it's like they're so oblivious to what's actually happening in real life. They're dumber than ever. I mean, you speak to somebody like that, all right, and the answers that they give you, you can't even have a regular educated conversation with these people, man. Their ways of thinking is so skewed, it's crazy. You try to explain to them, look, this thing that you've done to yourself is very detrimental. It's not something that you should have even thought about even injecting in you. Like, why would you even? And then they try to justify it. They try to reason with you, like, nah, yo, bro, listen, yo, they said it's safe and effective, bro. You know what I'm saying? I trust my government. Yeah, I did what I had to do. Shit. Look, I'm getting all these benefits. I'm here. I'm doing this. I'm like, you know, they sound so vain. You know, that's them. That's them in that peace and safety mindset. All right. And then that's when the sudden destruction is going to happen because we've been watching, but they haven't. They didn't even know. They didn't. What is there to watch for them? No, no, the government ain't trying to do nothing to us. Hell no. What you mean that? Nah, bro. Listen, you've been taking all these shots all these times. Look, you ain't know what's in those. Now you want to know what's in this, bro? Just come over there and go take this thing, man. It's safe and effective. They already told you. Come on, you could trust the white man. Come on now. Come on, Israel. Let's go now. Look, I'm gonna take it in front of the camera so you can understand, so you could feel safe and know that it's effective. They're pushing that peace and safety BS on you. And when the warning that we've been given, when the things that we've been warning about actually finally strikes, you're gonna be caught off guard. And you're gonna be in the house of feasting when you get caught off guard. And that's not good. That's not good. All right. It says then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, all right, and they shall not escape. Okay, they shall not escape. Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So you're gonna have people who are not gonna escape, but then you're also gonna have those who are going to be saved, which are gonna escape. Okay, and that's the elect. All right, that is the elect, man. Okay, so that's what's coming, man. Look, all these things that's happening. All right, and now you got in New York City, New York City. That's like the business capital. And you mean to tell me federal workers are about to be taken over by the National Guard? Wow. So what's next? What's next? This sounds like disaster relief get together type stuff. FEMA and FEMA meaning the federal, all right, because we know FEMA is really in charge of the government, not the government itself. It's already been turned over to FEMA. So FEMA has really been running things pretty much this whole so-called pandemic thing, all right, through the CDC and so-called um, what's the other one? FDA, all right. So yeah, man. So that's pretty much it, man. You know, let me see if I can get this quick precept here. All right, I can't leave this one out because this is what this is all leading to. All right, they have to enforce. They have to enforce everything. They have to literally place, put everything in place. So when it's time, yo, it's time to go. That one, this, the 13th chapter, this thing right here, the charagma, they can't mess up on that because the time is of the essence. All right. Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Okay. And the image of the beast is basically the system of the Roman Empire. All right. That's being lived out here back in America. America is literally the image of Rome. Everything that America does, you can trace it back in history and you see that it was emulated from the Romans. Okay. It was practiced by the Romans. All right. Whether it's Christianity or Catholicism or the ways of government, certain laws and how it's written is still even in Latin. All right. So everything America does, all right, shows you that it's giving the life, giving life, all right, unto the image of the beast. Okay, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, and that's what's happening. All right, they're taking away your ability to live, to survive. Nowadays, you look, all the jobs are gone. All right, all the jobs are gone because those who are saying, "Nah, I'm not doing it," it's becoming more and more. All the jobs are gone, so you have you have people now respecting the so-called lesser jobs. The jobs that 5, 10 years ago, if you had that job or that position, people look down on you like, well, what are you? Now those jobs have become of very much value. All right, and that's the Lord showing the world, all right, that the base things that for so long you people didn't regard, He's about to make it the most esteemed, the most highly esteemed. Okay, and that is who? The Israelite man. Okay, starting with the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, that's pertaining to Isaiah chapter 13, verse I believe 12. All right, if I'm not mistaken. But let's get this in there. I'll pull that up. Okay, unless a brother could pull it up in the comment section for me. All right. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, and that's exactly what everything is leading to. Okay, and you can see the causing. I mean, they bring in the military. That's preparation for something. Okay, and the beast. Okay, is a ferocious animal. So when you read in scriptures like Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, that talks about they shall be like madmen sparing none, the beast is gonna really show her true nature. Okay, or its true nature, I should say. And it's not gonna be nice. It's gonna be very ruthless. All right, it's gonna be very ruthless, man. Okay, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. Okay, and that what? And that no man might buy or sell. That's the key. Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so that's the key. You can't engage in any type of commerce without this thing. And we know that thing to be the we know that thing to be the RFID, you know what, okay? Which is a new technology that they started to push out to the public, all right, through this so-called pandemic thing. Like, oh, this could be the new thing that we should start looking into. It could be the new way of detecting this thing. So people could start looking into that. Like, nah, cut it out. It's prophecies that's being fulfilled out here. All right, you got guys who are joking around, talking all kinds. Hey, the truth is out. You got people who are not even in the Israelite community, all right, who know what the mark of the beast, the MOTB is. All right. So it's a little shocking when you hear, men who are in Israel who don't even acknowledge what it is. We're talking like they skip these verses. They don't acknowledge what this thing is. That mark of the beast. They don't acknowledge it. They skip all around it. All right. It says, "Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 6. All right. 666. And you're gonna hear that number a lot. A lot. They're showing you that it represents them. Okay? It represents them. All right. Um, you get a couple more precepts. All right. It's the brother Ahabamach Yasharala, hopeful elect. Isaiah 28 and 18. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. Man, the old English is a little hard to read on the computer. Um, let me see. Can I change it? Can I change the font? Yeah, Slovakia. Let me see if I can try this. This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that truth, and that furnish the drink offering onto that number. Exactly. All right. And that's exactly what America is doing. All right. And a lot of these people are really, really being led to the slaughter. Okay. The slaughter is gonna be what's about to happen. All right. Going back to this, the National Guard is out here taking federal jobs. Okay. Taking federal jobs, man. This thing is crazy. All right. Scripture says here, um, therefore I will number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer, when I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil. All right, exactly. And that's our people, man. 2/3 of our people. All right. And you know what's crazy, because when this thing started, it popped off last year. You notice everything that they planned to do last year, they shifted it back a year. All right, a lot of things that we said that they plan to do this, they doing the whole Vanessa card thing. We said it was going to go down around the summertime. Like that's how fast the spirit was. We were quick in the spirit. Like we yeah, and these devils pushed it back. All right, this year is when it happened around the same time that we was talking about, because there was articles about it that we was reading about it. You know, and through the spirit and through the prophecies, we're like, nah, this thing could be really it. And then we talked about them bringing out the Vanessa and then mandating it, and then it happened this year. And then now we talked about the MOTB, and now we build into that. At this point, they pretty much just came out and announced it with the Pentagon. So it was an announcement, it was in the news, which is an announcement that, hey, we got the technology, okay? And it's just a matter of time. We're going to mobilize the military. We're going to start bringing them around so you get familiar with them, because everybody start taking over your jobs in your communities anyway. And then once the time comes, we're going to start letting them come into your houses, and then they're going to be putting that chip in you. At that time, you're going to be docile. You take it. All right. And Most High is going to destroy a lot of people. Okay. He's going to destroy a lot of people. But yeah, they were trying all these different things, man. And the Lord said, through the Spirit, the Lord was like, damn, they got a shutdown out of nowhere, just boom, just like that. The whole life has changed. And then I'm just gonna throw them right into the hot the heat like that. Let me just give them one more chance. So then everything kind of cooled down a little bit. And then we came out again and started giving warning, like, yo, this is it. And we're still doing it. This is it. Yo, this is it. Repent. Now you got a lot of our people just turned the other way. Now is when you hear the worst shit, even in Israel. You just hear all kinds of stuff. You're like, what? Guys are going off in the spirit, you know? Guys are going off in the flesh. Guys are going off in the world. I mean, everybody's just going off, you know? They just got worse. So what do you think the Lord is gonna do? He's like, you motherfucker, I gave you a chance. That's why let's get that in Proverbs real quick. He said, I gave you a chance and you forsook you didn't take it. You know, I gave you a chance and you didn't take it, man. You disrespected it. So now I'm really about to bring the judgment, and it's gonna be a slaughter. You know, it's gonna be a slaughter. There's a book of Isaiah chapter 65, verse 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Because look, when all these things are happening, these people who got Vanessa, they're still gonna get messed up too. We're the ones who are gonna be stable enough to have the understanding. So we're gonna be praising the Lord because we're like, yo, this is prophecy happening. That's how we're gonna be looking at it. We're gonna be rejoicing every day. Like, yo, that's one day closer to the kingdom. That's gonna be the new thing. All right. Yo, we one day closer to the kingdom, brothers. Like, this is it. So we're just always gonna be what? Rejoicing. You go to the store, the way you speak, people looking at you different, like, damn, it's like this brother got some vibration to him, you know? Like the way we move in the store, like people could tell that we have life. And they start wondering, like, damn, like how did he slip through the cracks? you know? How did this one slip through the crack? They didn't get him yet or something? He seems like he has a lot of life. He's happy. He's living life. Like he's rejoicing in something more than just life. Yeah, what's up with this guy? You know? They see the enthusiasm, they see the spring, they see the strength of the decision that we're making and how bold we are to speak the truth and stand on it. They see all that and they're like, damn, that's crazy. That God that you serve, man. Wow. Why? Because this is all glorifying Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? It's glorifying Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? And meanwhile, the world is doing what? They're howling. They're howling for vexation of spirit. Okay? They're vexed, like, oh, it's you, Un-Veed. Oh, we're doing this because of you. They sound so aggressive. Oh, if they're not gonna do it, then F them. Oh, they should be killed. Oh, F their rights. Oh, they coming at us crazy. Oh, they can't have a job. Oh, they can't do this. Oh, we're running out of patience. We're running out of time. That sounds like somebody who's vexed in the spirit. What do you run out of time for? Huh? You run out of time for what? What are you rushing for? Chill out. Come on, let's take a break. Huh? Esau, why? Why are you in such a rush? Hmm? So you got all these people who are just vexing, man. They're vexed. They're vexed. They just everybody, yo, and you could tell the difference too. People are just starting shit, and you see a lot more like zombie like behavior. They're vexed in the spirit. Their spirits are just like all discombobulated, man. You know. So at this point, you think the Lord is going to be putting something this filthy on the chariot? Now you're starting to see how bright, how beautiful the elect are going to start being very soon. You're starting to see it because we're so we're so away from the world and how filthy it is and how it's becoming more and more polluted. You can see how clean and bright being around us, being around the elect actually is. You know, I'm talking in the spirit. All right, you're like, damn, like the way we live, the way we teach, what we think, and how we see things. You know, and it's all in the truth. And it's like, damn, that's heavy. It's like, wow, you see the purity in that. And that's all the water Yabashimi Shai. All right, let's see. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 15, and ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, and for the Lord God shall slay. It says, for the Lord God Yahweh shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. All right, yes, and that name is the elect, really. Okay, the name is the elect. All right, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, saying the Lord shall slay thee. And the 2/3, man, man. I want to get this last precept here. The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12, it says, therefore rejoice. All right. So we got to be in the spirit of rejoicing because we can see what's happening. All right. We can see what's happening. We see it. We see it clear as day. So we shouldn't be in the spirit of mourning, like, damn, I just lost my job. No, rejoice. Hey, when the apostles were being put into prison, it's a shameful thing to be put in prison. You get abused, you get slapped, you get hit, you get chained. All these different things that you go through. You spend nights over there that might be cold in the cell. You got rats, mice walking around all over the place. You can imagine that. It was a filthy dungeon. You don't want to spend the night in a place like that. All dark. You probably had water like leaking and shit. You probably couldn't sleep. Oh, it's just like, just imagine all that. You don't want to be in a place like that, right? It could come a time though. It could come a time where, because we all think about these things. It could come a time where some of us might have to be in prison and in jail and stuff. All right, but we got to rejoice because these apostles, the disciples, when they were thrown in prison in those conditions, they were rejoicing. They weren't thinking about, oh damn, the filthiness, or damn, like we're out here in prison, like damn, we could. They were rejoicing because it showed that they were worthy, all right, of Yahweh Shai, meaning they were pleasing. The work that they were doing was pleasing unto the Lord, all right, and they were praising Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, rejoicing in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, so therefore we should also be in the same spirit. All right, when we go through what the world would look at as an adversity, we look at it as a rejoicing. Damn, like being worthy to suffer this for Yahweh's sake. The water, hold me through so I can prevail and complete it and do it to the best of my ability where it can be pleasing unto you, Father. You know, and we always hold one another up and help each other because we all rejoice in each other. All right, every last one of us, brothers, we all rejoice in each other, man. All right, that's what keeps the body going. All right, so therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, and this is the beginning of the devil about to start coming down upon us, having great wrath, because they knoweth that they had but a short time. All right, so I think I'm gonna leave it off there. Yeah, I don't know how I made it through this video. I'm gonna leave it off there, Lord willing. Brothers and sisters who join me have been edified. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Chakodash, the Water Yah Ba'Shem Yahushai, and Shalom.